Squid Games. But we're gonna do it from different perspective. Sorry.
I don't want to necessarily talk on the show. I want to talk about the hype around the show, and then how social media and the way information is transferred right now has kind of like not dulled, but like taken away the excitement from shows. Like, so I'll just jump right into it. So essentially everybody was like, yo, you gotta watch Squid Game, you gotta watch Squid Game, you gotta watch Squid Game. And there's not really any way to avoid not watching it, because if I don't watch it, everything's going to be spoiled on social media. We're trying to build our podcast, so I have to be on social media. I have to share our content and things like that. So of course I'm going to scroll through my timeline and things like that. Always looking for trending topics, always looking for things. And then here it is, like 97 Squid Game memes. And I'm just like, bro, like, come on. Yeah. And then everybody's talking about it and they're like, oh my God, like, Squid Game is so good. And then I watched it and I was like, it was kind of mid. Like, it was good, but it wasn't like, if I would have never seen it, I would have been okay, truthfully.
So honestly, I think Squid Game was good in terms of the acting, right? Because low key, like Korean shows be
they do
like
they
differently,
do. And that one was a better Korean show than
if you guys never seen Parasite, it's a Korean, it's a show directed by a big Korean director. Parasite, watch it, guys.
You're talking about the anime?
Not the anime with the dude with the weird hand. Like look up Parasite.
Well,
so personally, I love Squid Games. Like, let's just say I got a couple bouts of eye allergies in certain scenes. But
eye allergy. Yo, were you crying? Yo, come on. That's how I knew it wasn't hidden, because I didn't shed a tear. But maybe I'm just cold-hearted. So,
but like the acting was great. The plot was done before. The ending was, let me not spoil it, but okay. So overall, I'm more inclined to believe Will, but I'm different in that personally. Whenever I watch a show, because I'm a big like history buff. I like stories, right? So if it's a good story, if it's good acting and everything, like I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But looking at it from objectively, like, was this show amazing as it was hyped up to be? No, it wasn't actually.
And just think about Jupiter Legacy. Like I told you, that show to me was fire because it was different. The story was lined up, but it didn't get a lot of hype, and everybody's like, oh, whatever. Like, a lot of people didn't watch it. You barely got into it. And I watched the whole thing through. Like, I truthfully enjoyed that more than I enjoyed Squid Game. But this goes back into my personal views of, like, I'm not about that whole survival of the fittest, like human nature, like real gritty stuff. And that's just like, for me, what it was. It was like kind of cringy, because it's just like, you realize like this is not something that is like could be imaginary. Like, this is potentially something that is actually going on.
Is happening?
But
we don't know about it.
Exactly. Like, every story has some type of truth to it, and truthfully, like, the things that people would do for money is just like, I just hate seeing human nature at its worst. Like, where it's like, yo, we would
we see too much of this
stuff to like for money. And the thing is like, with how that whole show went, is just like, there was one part in there where I was just like, so we'll say episode 6. So episode 6, when pretty much that dude became the villain. So I'll just say that, and that was the part where I was just like, bruh, like that was like, I was like, wow, like
for those watching this, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, so I don't want to spoil it, just because I'm not that type of person, and that's a big reason why, like, I just went ahead and finished it. Because if you don't watch it within like the first, let's just say, month, especially the first 2 weeks, because the memes come, like the show drops, the memes are there 30 minutes later. Like some dude's like, yo, I watched all of Squid Game. Like they're memeing it as they're watching the episode. Like, yep, that's a meme. This is a meme.
Facts.
Like,
facts.
Bruh, there was one. So the first episode where the dude catches him, and there was a meme, and it was like me, and it's like he's holding the dude, and it's like the homies making bad decisions, and it was like, bruh, like I gotta
just
watch
came
it.
out,
like,
right?
Yeah, like I'm just like, all right, I gotta watch it. But so the biggest thing that we wanted to talk about, or at least I wanted to talk about, is how social media has made watching and enjoying shows kind of not, like, you kind of have to shield yourself away from social media if you don't want to know the endings to shows, because like I didn't watch the Demon Slayer movie and then somebody spoiled it. I didn't watch One Piece and then, you know, Graham's over here telling me stuff and I have to forget it because it's just like it takes away from me wanting to actually watch the show because there's no excitement. Like I get that you're excited about watching the show and you want to share that experience with somebody, but DM somebody, bro. Like don't make memes. I mean, I can't tell people not to make memes because it is what it is, but it's just like, it's just so annoying to be like, okay, Squid Game came out literally 8 hours ago and people are talking about it blatantly on social media and just making memes about it and showing the whole movie essentially, or the whole show. And it's just like, I mean, I guess it's a part of digital marketing now because that's becoming something that's really big. It's free advertisement. That's another thing.
That's for damn sure.
So it's like, I mean, I did end up watching it because it's like, yo, if I don't want to just have somebody spoil it for me, then I gotta watch it. It is what it is. But I think that social media has definitely taken away from a lot of the excitement in shows. And that's a big thing with like, even in gaming and just production of movies and things like that. Like we used to go to the movies and not know anything, like what could happen, what potentially, there was no fan theories, there was no this and that, there was no pre-releases, there was no like reviews before the movie comes out. Like why are we doing reviews on movies before they come out? Like then posting them.
As you said before, it's free advertising, meme wise. You know, people now eat off of criticizing movies like on YouTube and everything. But to kind of like, I guess, speak on it is just, I think that, especially with Will's example, and a big example is One Piece, is like, yo, I'll be on some groups and people just hate on One Piece, right? Yeah. So I think the thing is that when you overhype a particular piece of media, right, you just burden it with you burden people with these unfounded like expectations to the point where it's like, yo, if it isn't this level of blah 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 blah, like it's trash. Yeah. Instead of looking at it for itself at face value, just like, oh, this is a show about pirates, cool, let's check it out. Or this is a, you know, survival of the fittest show, or this is a whatever show. Even me and Will were talking about Game of Thrones the other day, right? Yeah. And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. It's probably gonna get a lot of dislikes.
I'll probably feel the same way when I finish it. I'm not gonna lie.
I think that the ending of Game of Thrones was just how it was supposed to end. It's just that people weren't paying attention to the actual plot. Yeah. People were just getting overhyped because, oh, it's Game of Thrones coming out, Game of Thrones. And the thing is, it's actually taking the show for the story for face value, because the evidence to the ending was there, but that's another topic.
But the thing is like, imagine the show not ending like you wanted it to.
Exactly. People get mad.
Oh no, because, bro, like, I mean, people should have been mad about Game of Thrones from like episode, like the first season when they just started killing people off. It's like, oh, nothing is sacred in here. Like, period. Like, truthfully, I don't know how it ended, but I'm probably not. I was already pissed when they killed off the Stark brother and his wolf. Like, I was like, oh, I'm done. Like that. And Ned Stark, like once they killed him off, I was like, oh, like I got nothing else that I want out of this show. Like, like it's just like, I mean, a lot of people started getting more invested in. I mean, Game of Thrones. If you expected anything less than the unexpected, then I don't know what to tell you, because I think I'm on like season 5, and I'll probably end it. Like I didn't watch it because everybody's like, yo, the ending's trash. Like, let's talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. People were like, yo, Kingdom Hearts 3 was trash. Like, And that's the thing is like, I think Kingdom Hearts 3 was actually trash because like there's a lot of like diehard fans who were like, yo, like they should have just never did that. And I'm just like, bro, like don't tell me that. Like don't tell me that.